In this lecture, we are going to see about internetworking architecture for WLAN and GPRS. This internetworking architecture combines WLAN and GPRS. So here GPRS is nothing but our cellular data. Here these two networks are combined into an integrated wireless data environment which is capable of providing seamless data services and very high data rates in hotspot locations. So what is the need for internetworking this WLAN and GPRS network? If you see, this GPRS network provides lower data rate but covers large geographic area. Whereas in the case of WLAN, it covers smaller geographic area but provides higher data rate. So what happens if we integrate these two networks, we can experience higher data rate covering very large geographic area. So this is the reason why we are going for this interconnecting architecture of WLAN and GPRS. For establishing the internetworking between WLAN and GPRS, there are certain approaches which has been specified by ETSI. So this ETSI stands for European Telecommunications Standard Institute. The approaches which is specified by this ETSI is tight coupling and the loose coupling approaches. So let's see what is meant by tight coupling and the loose coupling approach. In tight coupling approach, what will happen is, if you see, the data from the WLAN network will pass through the GPRS core network before reaching the external packet data networks. So this external packet data network is nothing but the external network that provides data services. Okay, so what happens here? So data traffic from the WLAN will pass through the GPRS core network before reaching the external packet data networks. Whereas loose coupling is the contrast of the tight coupling. So what happens here is the data from the WLAN network will not pass through the GPRS network. So it bypasses the GPRS network and directly the data reaches the external packet data networks. So this is the difference between tight coupling and loose coupling. And if you see this block, so this gives a detailed view how the wireless LAN and the GPRS is being coupled by tight coupling and loose coupling schemes. So before seeing this, so let's see what are all the blocks we are having here. So here first this MS stands for mobile station and the next one is UTRAN, so which stands for UMTS, terrestrial radio access network. Actually this is a fixed network infrastructure which has a facilities for transmission of data to and from mobile users over the radio. And the next one is GTRAN, which stands for GPRS Terrestrial Radio Access Network, which has the similar functionality of UTRAN. And the next one is SGSN, which stands for Serving GPRS Support Node. This is actually a main component of GPRS network that manages mobility management and authentication of users. Actually, this SGSN performs the same function as Mobile Switching Center for voice traffic. And the next block is GGSN, which stands for Gateway GPRS Serving Node. It actually connects GSM based 3G network to the internet. And the next block what we are having is HLR, which stands for Home Location Register. So this home location register is nothing but a database that contains various information about all the mobile subscribers of a mobile network such as mobile numbers, services, etc. And if you see the next block is external PDN. So as we seen before, this PDN stands for Packet Data Network, which is nothing but an external network that provides data services. So these are all the blocks we have here. Also, we have some interfaces which is specified as UU, UM, IUPS, GB and etc. So we'll see what are all these interfaces are for. So the first interface what we are going to see is IUPS. So this is the interface between UTRAN and SGSN. And the next interface is GB. So this interface connects GTRAN and SGSN. So this GB interface actually helps in exchange of signaling information and user data. And the next interface we have here is GR interface. So this interface is between SGSN and HLR. And the next interface is GNP. So this interface is actually between two SGSN node and also between SGSN and GGSN. And the next interface is, you can see here, UU. So this is the interface between UTRAN and the user equipment. And the last interface is UM, and this UM is the interface between mobile station and base transceiver station. And if you see this point, the tight coupling point is indicated at IUPS and GB interface. So if you go back to this block diagram, we can see that the tight coupling point is being indicated at IUPS and GB interface. So what it means is, so the WLAN is connected at either GB interface or IUPS interface. This tight coupling approach uses access control and charging methods, which is based on 3GPP system. So this 3GPP is nothing but a third generation partnership project. This actually develops standards for mobile telecommunication. So the access control scheme and the charging methods that is being used in this tight coupling approach is based on the standards that is being provided by 3GPP system. Also, there is an approach which is used here is called AAA approach. This AAA stands for authentication, authorization and accounting. This AAA approach provides set of services for controlling access to computer resources, accessing usage and providing information necessary to bill for services. So the very important criteria here is the AAA approach which is used for WLAN must be same as that of the AAA approach that is used in GPRS system. And if you see the last point, the loose coupling architecture between GPRS and the WLAN is at GI reference point. So you can see at the block diagram, so at the GI interface, it indicates our loose coupling point. So from the block diagram, it is clearly seen. So if you are using tight coupling as a coupling method, then the data packets from the WLAN will be transmitted over the GPRS network and it will reach the external PDN network. Whereas if you are using loose coupling point, then the data from the WLAN will not pass over the GPRS network and it will reach directly to the external PDN network. When we compare tight coupling and the loose coupling approach, this tight coupling approach is advantageous than the loose coupling approach. So let's see some of the advantages of tight coupling approach. So this tight coupling approach provides seamless service across the WLAN and GPRS. So what does it mean is, even if the user is moving from WLAN to our GPRS network or from a GPRS to WLAN network, there will not be disruption in the connection. So this is said to be the seamless service is being established between WLAN and the GPRS network. And the second point is, we can see that there is a possibility of reuse of the GPRS architecture and the protection of cellular operators investment. And the third point is, we have increased security in this tight coupling approach. Since we are using a AAA approach here, which provides authentication and authorization, so the security is being increased in tight coupling approach. And the next one is, we can have the provisioning of customer care. And the last point is, we are having some services like some advantageous services like short message service, which is SMS, location based service and multimedia messaging services. So This is all about internetworking between WLAN and GPRS. Thank you.